I hail you. I hope you guys are doing good today. I hope you have eaten. If you have not eaten, you know, I don't know what to say. I'll say I'm sorry, and I'll say I'm sorry because it is not, in my own opinion, your fault that you have not eaten today. It is the fault of this government that we have in power in Nigeria that have refused to feed the people, to invest in the country. The only people they invest in is their family and their friends that they are using to go and steal money. So today is the August 5th, and there was the revolution protests, the peaceful protests in Nigeria. The first videos that I saw on the social media was from Lagos, Surulere Stadium. The Nigerian police, the DSS, the military, all the security agencies that you can name in Nigeria were there at the protest. They tear gassed, beat, harass, and jailed protesters. There was even a video. I cannot even make this thing up. I'm not the kind of guy who spreads misinformation. Go to Sahara TVs. They are a legit TV station for Nigeria and African news. They sprayed a journalist. They sprayed a journalist with pepper spray and they beat him. Check on Twitter. You will see the pictures there. If you cannot find it on Sahara TV's something, you cannot find it on their YouTube page. Check on Twitter, you will find it. They have a video of how they arrested Omoyele Sowore, the founder of Sahara TVs, a politician who ran for the presidential debates in Nigeria on the, with his party that he created, African Action Congress, a human rights activist. They arrested him because he was asking, this video is doing somehow. Sorry. The video is acting funny. It has his network issue or something. They arrested him because he asked for a peaceful protest. Can you imagine? He's not even the only one they have been arresting. They arrested a guy that was been publishing for a newspaper in Nigeria because he supported the Revolution Now protest. In Nigeria, if you're not Nigerian, even if you're Nigerian, let me tell you what is happening in Nigeria. Security is on a very, very low scale. When I mean security is on a low scale, I'm talking about the fact that around people who call themselves kidnappers, terrorists, everything, are walking around Nigeria with AK-47s, killing, shooting people, committing ethnic cleansing. And the Nigerian government are saying that such things are not happening, or that we are being paranoid. People are losing family members. I'm talking about the fact that many of these people that are losing family members are either related to my own family, or my family knows them through friendship, acquaintances, or just being Nigerians like them. The Nigerian government, the Buhari regime, is cracking down on every form of free speech in a democratic country. In a democratic country, there is no, in fact, Nigeria does not produce anything. Everything that we use in the country is shipped from abroad, is imported into the country. We don't manufacture. Unemployment rates is at least 30 or 40% in the country. There are a lot of youths that are unemployed, a lot of youths that are crossing the Mediterranean Sea, Sahara Desert, flying out of the country because, sorry, this video stuff is always something, because there are no jobs in the country. No jobs. Healthcare is useless. They say that in Nigeria, morgues in Nigeria make more money than the hospitals that are supposed to save lives. And they're telling us that we are paranoid. Can you imagine that the Inspector General of Police, after they arrested Omoyele Sowore, who said that he wanted a peaceful protest, which he named, so not even just that he named, but was named Revolution Now. Hashtag, like they put it as they called it Revolution Now. He called it an act. The IG, the Inspector General of Police in Nigeria called the peaceful protest an act of treason. an act of terrorism, and that anybody who came out to protest peacefully will be arrested and thrown in jail. My brother, I cannot make this up. Go on internet and use the hashtag revolution now. You will see videos, pictures of people being tear gassed, beaten, manhandled, and every form of physical, sexual, and mental abuse that someone can undergo is happening. It is happening. And imagine, it is the same police, the same military that they are not even paying well. The military who the generals are stealing, have stolen $1 billion, not naira, $1 billion dollars, are buying houses in Dubai. Picking this thing up. Sahara reporters and other news medias have done their research and exposed these people. Buying houses in Dubai, sending the money to Swiss banks, and sending our boys, our soldiers, Nigerian soldiers, to the field to go and fight terrorists like Boko Haram with weapons that were made in 1960s. They are using tankers that they are meant to use and fight war that were made in 1960s. We're talking about World War II tanks to go and fight 21st century wars. And the Boko Harams, the terrorists, are coming with better weapons. Let me even use an example for you, my brother. The video is always cracking. Let me give you an example. Can you imagine if Al Qaeda had better weapons than Americans? That the Americans went to go and fight Al Qaeda or Al Qaeda. I think that's what they call it. Al Qaeda, Al Qaeda, it doesn't matter. And the terrorists had better weapons than the American soldiers. You think America will not lose their mind? Look, my brother, Buhari does not, in fact, Nigeria does not even provide enough electricity to power, Nigeria does not have enough electricity for at least 60% of the population. Businesses in Nigeria are living on a daily basis because there is no power in the country. A foreign company came to Nigeria and said, hey, Nigerian politicians, if you pay us this amount of money, give us about 2 years, we'll provide you with electricity. Do you know what the Nigerian government said? They said, okay, we'll let you guys do this business, we'll engage you guys in this business deal, but you must bribe us first. Can you imagine? The company said no, they're not going to do. This video is always shaking. Give me 1 minute. I think it's shaking. Yes. Okay, now I'm back. So the company said, no, we are not going to do that. Why we are not going to do that is because that is illegal and that is corrupt and that is incompetent. That we're here to help you. You know, that why would we give you bribes? So they refused. They went to Egypt and they did a deal with the Egyptian government. The Egyptian government did not ask for bribe. Now, after 2 years, Buhari's regime was around from, if I'm not mistaken, 2014 to 2018, right? During that time, that foreign company used 2 years to provide electricity for Egypt. Now, Egypt has electricity to power the entire country, whether it does not matter where you are, whether you are a resident of Egypt or you have a company in Egypt or you're trying to do something with electricity in Egypt, you can do it. There is no blackouts. In Nigeria, in a day, you can have 20 blackouts, 25 blackouts, 40 blackouts. In fact, it has become bad that it has become so bad that everybody in Nigeria uses generators. We call it, I better pass my neighbor. That means I am better than my neighbor. But that is not the way to live life, because when you spend your revenue on generators, you make no profits. When you spend your money on generators, you make no profits. Not only is that the case, but the Nigerian government have done everything to crack down on any form of ideas or companies that come into the country to come and provide 24-hour electricity. They want the Nigerian people to be afraid of them. We are not afraid. I am not afraid to die. Look, I will not even lie to anybody. This is the only way I can protest against the government. I wish I was staying in a state where there was the US embassy. I will go and protest there. If not for the fact that I was going to school and everything, I won't be doing this. Lord, look, When I get the chance, when I'm on ground in Nigeria, I am going to go and protest. If they want to cock gun and shoot, they should shoot. We are not afraid. They should look. If they want to do the same thing in Sudan, let them do. We are not afraid, because you want to know why? I've told myself one thing: forget having children or anything. The worst thing that can ever happen to me in my life is that the next generation come to me and said, Uncle Tunde, what did you do during the time when the Nigerian military, or they said the Buhari regime, was cracking down on free speech? And I said, oh, this is what I did. I kept quiet. I did not say anything. I just was chilling. I was watching Big Brother Nigeria and shaking my ass to Davido. I was shaking my ass to Davido. I was looking for what was the new trending thing. I was looking for some, perishable success. But I did not fight for your rights. That's when they will lose respect for you. There are people that I know in this life that I've lost respect for. Some of them that, no, I'm not even trying to insult anybody. They don't take care of their family. Some of them don't take care of themselves, and I lose respect for them. That respect that I've had for them in 14 years, I lose respect. And that's how the next generation will just lose respect for you without, in a day. In just one day, they will lose respect for you. Maybe even if they have respect for you for 25 years, for 50 years, they will lose respect for you in one day. What else is happening in Nigeria? Income, and what do you call it? Civil servants are paid